Carney issues warning about Trump after Canada election win. If you're like me 48 hours ago, you had no idea what was going on in the 51st state known as Canada. Mark Carney just won. He is the new prime minister. And he campaigned on the entire idea that Trump is bad. And it paid off. So let's listen and learn.
That is Nepean. That is the spirit of Nepean behind me right there. Thank you. Bonsoir tout le monde. Bonsoir. Oh, quel bonsoir. C'est un bon bonsoir.
How about we fucking speak English, goddammit?
I have a question. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready to stand up for Canada with me? And who's ready?
Does anyone know where this guy came from? He was a banker of sorts.
Who's ready to build Canada strong? Okay, we got that settled. That's good. Avant de commencer, je voudrais féliciter les autres chefs de parti, de leur campagne et de tout le travail qu'ils ont fait. Je les remercie pour leur service envers le Canada, maintenant et dans le futur.
Can we have a translator? I'm gay. Yeah.
I want to thank the leaders of the other parties. I want to salute the contribution of Jagmeet Singh. I noticed his remarks. Yeah. Leading on progressive values. Elizabeth May, who will be returning. François Blanchet.
You guys see that Canadian internet connection? That wasn't me. We're on the 5090.
And I want to congratulate Pierre Poilievre on a hard-fought.
He said, I'm a homosexual communist. Xi Jinping loves my sweet ass.
Fair, good campaign, his commitment to the country that we both love. They all have many, many more contributions to our land. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Diana, for your work on this campaign. Thank you, Diana, for the commitment and compassion you bring to everything that you do. Tonight,
in reality, he said, I like to thank the other leaders about their works, blah, 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 blah.
Simply would not have been possible without you and without the support of our 4 children who inspire me to service every single day. I also want to salute the women and men who put their name on the ballot from all parties. Thank you for standing up to serve our...
Is there actually a Chinese connection with Carney? Or are we just goofing?
...country at this critical time. And for those who were elected, particularly those liberals who were elected, I am looking forward to working together to deliver for Canadians. This says, Bruce. And Bruce, yes, Bruce Vanjoy. I'm looking forward to working with Bruce Vanjoy.
Believe it or not, that's Xi Jinping's brother.
Fantastic. He will be a great MP.
Carney is a WEF goon, but in general, China owns a substantial amount of Canadian property and business. Yay, globalism.
We're going to have fun tonight. Yes, we're going to have fun. Bien sûr. Je tiens à remercier les milliers de bénévoles, ici ce soir et à travers le pays, qui ont donné de leur temps pour cogner au port.
Dude, don't you just love the WEF? They're my favorite.
Pour faire des appels, pour échanger.
He also ran a bank in England and increased inflation over there. Secret backstab.
Avec leurs voisins et les membres de leur communauté, pour nous donner un gouvernement fort. Ouais, c'est ça. You know, I chose to enter politics because I felt we needed big changes in this country. But big changes guided by strong Canadian values.
What is a Canadian value?
Values that I learned at the dinner table from my parents, Bob and Verley.
Oh, sorry.
and from my siblings. I appreciate this more in retrospect from my siblings. My siblings, Brenda, Sean, and Brian. Values that I learned on the ice from my coaches. Values that have been reinforced as I've met with
I felt like we've needed big changes, so I'm going to do the exact same thing as the last guy.
Canadians across this great country. And those include 3 values that I want to highlight this evening. Humility. It's Canada after all. Ambition. It's Canada after all. And unity. It's Canada.
Ambition? Buddy.
I love you. Right back. Right back. These are good values. These are Canadian values. Values that
Humiliation. It's Canada after all.
I will do my best. I'm just getting worked up here. These are values that I will do my
Guys, he's a regular person, just like all of you. Bilingual. How cool is that?
best to uphold every day as your Prime Minister. You betcha.
It bothers me the liberals are red there. Everything's all backwards. That's right. Blue is Democrat, red is conservative. Blue is the good guys, red is the evil ones. This world is a game of cops and robbers.
Okay, well, you have to judge after this next section because I am going to begin with the value of humility and by admitting that I have much to be humble about. That's true.
A boot.
Over my long... that's not an applause line, it's just...
What's this guy's net worth? I need to know. 96 billion? That's not real. That's not fucking real. That's from a Reddit post. That can't be real.
It's a statement of fact. Over my long career, I have made many mistakes. And I will make more. But I...
More like 96 billion barrels of syrup.
Commit to admitting them openly, to correcting them quickly, and always learning from them. Humility
They do have Chinese internet connection up in Canada.
underscores the importance of governing as a team in cabinet and in caucus, and working constructively with all parties across Parliament, of working in partnership with the provinces and the territories and with Indigenous peoples. And at this time, it underscores the value of bringing together labor, business, civil society to advance the nation-building investments we need to transform our economy. Humility is also about recognizing that one of the responsibilities of government...
Chinese secret police in Toronto. I love that you guys just drop schizo phrases in chat, which then forces me to Google it and confirm. Keep doing that, please. Reports indicate that the Royal Canadian Mounted Police is investigating alleged Chinese police stations operating in Toronto, potentially used for harassment and coercion of Chinese nationals, particularly those who are dissidents. These stations are part of Operation Fox Hunt, a program used by the Chinese government to pressure individuals to return to China, where they face potential detention.
Is to prepare for the worst, not hope for the best. As I've been warned,
Oh, Matrix attack.
wants our land, our resources, our water, our country.
I don't even care. But now I want us to take over Canada. I just don't like being taunted. You know what I mean? As if we can't. Never. Are we gonna ride in on a bunch of moose? Please.
Never. But these are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never...
Yeah, like Spice in Dune. The syrup will be ours. My Canada. My syrup.
That will never, ever happen. But we also must
We will run the maple taps dry.
recognize the reality that our world has fundamentally changed. There is also, for me, as I stand before you this evening, humility in recognizing that, well, many have chosen to place your trust in me, trust in the Liberal Party. Millions of our fellow citizens preferred a different outcome. And my message to every Canadian is this: no matter where you live, no matter what language you speak, no matter how you voted, I will always do
He's
my...
going to slaughter these people metaphorically and they don't even know it. You care to unpack that, or you just want to leave it? I believe you. Here at Third Eye Global, you say something, we have a trust system.
My best to represent everyone who calls Canada home. You know, during this short campaign, I went to Saskatchewan and Alberta a couple of times. Even though, you know, we're Liberals, it's tough. It's tough out there. I grew up there. But I went because I intend to govern for all Canadians. And O'Connell.
Is that like me being from New York and being like, guys, I went to the South and trust me, I know it's tough out in Appalachia. Yeah, I'm surprised I made it back in one piece, but you know, we're all Americans, right? Is that the same equivalent?
Au cours de cette campagne, plusieurs Québécois et Québécoises m'ont ouvert leurs portes, m'ont accordé leur confiance. J'en suis profondément touché et je vous en remercie. La langue française.
Jordan Peterson could unironically win a Canada election and have it annexed to the US. You think he's got clout like that? You think JP's got it like that? Dude, he might. If he runs with his daughter Michaela?
La langue française, la culture québécoise, elles sont au cœur de l'identité canadienne.
No shot we have 1 trillion Indians and Asians voting liberal. Yeah, what's going on with that? My reality is X.com, so the posts that I see indicate that there is a mass migration of Indians and Asians to Canada. Is that true? Can we get confirmation bias in the chat?
Elles définissent le pays que j'aime.
Super true, 1,000,000%. I mean, there you have it.
Tant. Et je vais les défendre sans relâche. Avec la forte équipe de députés québécois.
Now, I don't speak this baguette language, but I can tell that he's not really speaking it well. Is that fair to say?
Que vous venez d'envoyer à Ottawa. Nous allons faire en sorte que le Québec continue de prospérer au sein de Canada fort.
So, what's the appeal of Canada to all of these immigrants? Canada imports like 1.5% of its population in immigrants per year. It's easy to get into and not the third world. Carney is a former central banker, so you know this motherfucker is a WEF maxer. I do construction, and the only thing Indians do is watch the gate. I feel like I'm talking to like spiritual uncles in chat. Unfiltered, raw, honest thoughts. And that's why I love it.
Et que vous soyez un travailleur des sables bitumineux à Fort.
Government benefits. And also Trudeau made it super easy to immigrate when he was in power. He was begging people to move here.
Une infirmière de Joliette.
I mean, I don't think there's any hate crimes. Just pointing out trends that are happening in your country.
Ou un comptable de Toronto. Il y a plusieurs comptables.
People act like it's illegal to be like, wow, things are different. Like you can't even say that without being labeled a fascist.
Toronto. Mon gouvernement va travailler pour vous tous. So, as we come here after this most consequential election, let's put an end to the division and anger of the past.
Canadians are a minority in Canada, bro. It's insane. Well, this becomes the ship of Theseus framework. What is a country? Don't people call this blood and soil? Is it the people? Is it the landmass? Is it the culture? Is it the heritage? Is it the traditions? Is it a combination of everything? Does it even matter? Is nationalism bad? If Theseus' ship is rebuilt over and over again, where none of the original parts are there, is it the same ship? No. It was never the same ship.
We are all Canadian, and my government will work for and with.
That's one of the reasons I wanted a conservative government. Pierre was going to pull a Trump move on deportation. Ejecto cito.
Everyone. I began with humility, but Canadians are ambitious. And now, more than ever, it is a time for...
Blood and Soil is a nationalist slogan expressing Nazi Germany's ideal of a racially defined national body united with a settlement area. People were saying that Elon Musk was saying that on X. I just want to know what a country is. What is a woman? I am now a fascist.
Ambition. It is a time to be bold, to meet this crisis with overwhelming positive force of a united Canada. Because we are going to build, baby, build.
Isn't that a Trump slogan? Or is that drill, baby, drill? There's too much going on. I'm being overloaded with information.
Exactly. Throughout, not for, well, no, we're building now. We've gotten over that bit. Throughout our history, there have been turning points. Throughout our history, there have been turning points when the world's fortunes were in the balance. That was the case at the start of the Second World War, just as it was at the end of the Cold War. And each time, Canada chose to step up, to assert ourselves as a free, sovereign, and ambitious nation, to lead the path of democracy and freedom, and, because we are Canadian, to do so with compassion and generosity. We are once again at one of those hinge moments of history. Our old relationship with the United States, a relationship based on steadily increasing integration, is over. The system of open...
I am shaking in my boots. I don't know about you guys, but how is America ever going to survive?
Global trade anchored by the United States.
Isn't Canada owned by the UK? 1982, they separated. Okay.
United States. A system that Canada has relied on since the Second World War. A system that, while not perfect...
1982 is like last week, bro, in terms of geopolitics.
Helped deliver prosperity for a country for decades, is over. But it's also our new reality. We are over the shock of the American betrayal, but we should never forget the lessons.
But you're going to take us forward.
We have to look out for ourselves. And above all, we have to take care of each other.
Their maple-flavored money still has the Queen on it.
When I sit down with President Trump...
There is a royal scepter in the Parliament still. It's part of the Commonwealth. Ex-Queen of England is on the dollar.
It will be to discuss the future economic and security relationship between two sovereign nations. And it will be with our full knowledge that we have many, many other options than the United States to build prosperity for all Canadians. Nous allons renforcer nos relations avec des partenaires fiables en Europe, en Asie et ailleurs. Et si les États-Unis ne veulent plus jouer un rôle de
King Charles owns Canada, bro? How?
premier plan dans l'économie mondiale, le Canada le fera. We will lead, not the Americans. Nous sommes maîtres chez nous. Nous allons bâtir des millions de logements, une superpuissance énergétique, de bonnes carrières dans les emplois spécialisés et une seule économie canadienne, pas 13. We will chart a new path forward.
This man is a Chinese spy.
Because this is Canada, and we decide what happens here.
Nah, North Korea's about to bomb us or something. I can't take this South Park-ass Canada plot seriously.
We will need to think big and act bigger. Your phone's ringing. Sorry, just okay. All right. Just hang on. It's okay? Yeah.
Imagine he just starts belting out Mandarin.
That might be important. We will need to do things previously thought impossible at speeds we haven't seen in generations. It's time to build twice as many homes every year with an
Canadian nationalism is pretty soy. They have monopoly money, no industry, and no military.
entirely new housing industry using Canadian technology, Canadian skilled workers, Canadian lumber. It's time to build new trade and energy corridors, working in partnership with the provinces, territories, and Indigenous people.
Wouldn't say that 70 years ago, it's gone to shit. What happened? Somebody needs to give me the maple pill. Give me the bullet points.
It's time to build hundreds of thousands of not just good jobs, but good careers in the skilled trades. It's time to build Canada into an energy superpower in both clean and conventional energy. And it's time
Imagine Sleepy Joe for 70 years.
to build an industrial strategy that makes Canada more competitive while fighting climate change.
Dude, go to India. Go to Bangladesh. Go to China. You're part of the WEF. You are the problem.
We will build a Canadian economy, not 13, with a government committed to free trade in Canada by Canada Day. The point is that we can give ourselves.
Military means nothing now. We all have nukes. China is mogging. Yeah, but if they don't export, then their economy collapses. They're all supply pads.
Far more than the Americans can ever take away. But even given that, I want to be clear. The coming days and months will be challenging. And
Canada does not have nukes. Let's get a fact check on that. It does not have nukes.
they will call for some sacrifices. But we will share those sacrifices by supporting our workers and our businesses. Les défis devant nous sont intimidants. Et c'est normal. Les grands changements, comme ceux que nous vivons, sont toujours inquiétants.
United States, Russia, China, France, UK. Non-NPT nuclear weapon states. India, Pakistan, North Korea, Israel. NATO nuclear sharing strategy. Belgium, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Turkey.
Nous avons beaucoup de chemin à faire, mais j'ai confiance. J'ai confiance en vous. J'ai confiance au Canada. Because Canada is more than a nation. We are and we always will be a confederation, a sacred set of ideas and ideals built on practical foundations. That we know we're not always perfect.
All I hear is a snake hissing when his mouth moves. This dirty rat fuck. Why do you guys hate him so much? I guess I'm so disconnected from it because I just don't even think about Canada. But I mean, is it really that bad?
But we always strive to be good. We do things.
The country with 3 people and 7,000 cardboard cutouts has nukes and Canada doesn't. That's true. You're talking about North Korea.
We do things because they're right, not because they're easy.
How does India have nukes? He's a clown, not even a politician. He worked at Goldman Sachs. He literally said, don't ask me for political advice before Trudeau shit the bed.
That we see kindness as a virtue, not as a weakness. Most importantly,
Yeah, it's like he read the strategy guide for how to be a politician, prime minister for dummies, and then gave a speech.
We know that our strength lies in our resolve to work together as a country. It relies on our unity. You know, on the second day of this campaign, I went to Gander, where on 9/11, they welcomed thousands of passengers into their homes without question or hesitation. I sat down with two of the many heroes of the time, Diane Davis and Beulah
Bro, min-maxed and became prime minister in 3 months. There's a lesson in there. Some of you guys just need to study.
Cooper. And during our conversation, they showed me a thank you card that they'd received from a young girl called Ellie, who wrote, "Your kindness motivates me to use my kindness." That touching phrase captures what Canadians instinctively know, that virtue is like a muscle that grows with its exercise. We become just by doing just acts, brave by doing brave acts. When we are kind, kindness grows. When we seek unity, unity grows.
You're so close to just being a Christian.
When we are Canadian, Canada grows.
This is the least authentic speech in human history.
And united over our history, we have done hard, seemingly impossible things. United, we have built one nation in harsh conditions, despite a sometimes hostile neighbor. Yes, they have form on this, the Americans. United, we have confronted our own past with indigenous peoples.
He's also trying to pass a bill that will allow law enforcement to take your weapons without permission. Also a bill that bans certain speech. Are you even allowed to have a gun in Canada? I am completely uninformed.
Unis, nous avons bâti un pays qui rassemble des langues, des cultures et des croyances différentes. Unis, nous avons bâti des institutions culturelles essentielles comme
It's like New York City. In theory, you can own a weapon, but it's like Keck W if you actually try to get one. No guns in Canada, but you're allowed a really sharp number 2 pencil. We talking Ticonderoga?
Ici, Radio Canada. United, we have created universal public health care. And now,
So, somebody give me the skinny on Canadian universal healthcare. Because oftentimes, it's brought up as a meme, an example of a socialist practice that fails. Public weight care, it does not work. MAID is the healthcare of the future. Is that the medical assisted death? In Quebec, we pay 54% in taxes for healthcare. What do you mean you pay 54%? So Canada's like Twitch, fucking taking my arm and a leg. 54% in the highest bracket. Lowest is 35 or something. More like Canada.tv.
And now, in the face of this crisis, united, we are buying.
Can you deny the universal healthcare? Can you be like, no, I don't want that shit. I'm gonna go with private healthcare.
Canadian. We are exploring everything this country has to offer. We are supporting our friends and neighbors in the crosshairs of President Trump through a crisis that we did not create. Unite and build a strong.
Put it this way, in America, you have a higher ceiling but higher floor. In free healthcare countries, you have a lower floor and lower ceiling. I don't understand why Canadian taxes are worse than Americans when they have less people and less military and less everything else. So what the hell are they needing all that money for? Beats me.
Strongest economy in the G7, an economy that works for everyone.
It's to make the syrup.
Au cours des derniers mois, les Canadiens et Canadiennes ont fait leur part, se sont rassemblés pour défendre notre pays et notre façon d'être. Je promets que, lorsque nous sommes menacés, nous allons.
Yeah, let's not pretend that our taxes aren't even going back into our communities in the first place. They're going to foreign countries like Ukraine and Israel, and politicians' pockets. You know, maybe Bernie's onto something. The oligarchs!
Nous battre. We will fight back.
Fucking USAID. Afghanistan needs Sesame Street. We need to pay for transgender surgeries in Ghana.
Everything we have
Thanks, Trump. Thanks, Obama.
to get the best deal for Canada. We will will protect our workers and businesses. And above all, we will build an independent future for our great.
The problem is everyone can go and get healthcare for free. Even bums and Inuits can get it for free, meaning natives. In Montreal, there's homeless Inuits everywhere, and they can get whatever they want for free. The doctors aren't paid enough, so they don't have enough doctors. So basically, if you have cancer and 3 months to live, they will schedule you for 7 months later. Basic universal healthcare is a good thing. Where it goes wrong is dumbasses wasting everyone's time by calling the doctor because they have a sore ear or some stupid shit. So it's a skill issue.
Great country. A future that makes the greatest country on the earth even better. Together, we will build a Canada worthy of our values. We will build Canada strong, Canada free, Canada forever. Vive le Canada. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
I feel like I need to take a shower and wash my body with the best soap on the market. Cheeky. That's why you need to go to usecheeky.com/Philion for 10% off.